Hello, everyone. Say hello, Chris.
Hello, Chris.
Hey, I set you up for that one, didn't I?
Yeah. Hello, everybody. Hope everyone's okay.
We got some people watching. Comment, say hello to us if you're watching, and we'll say hello back to you. I've got the comments over on that screen, so if I look over there, that's why.
Yeah.
We're here to talk about space potatoes and our Spudathon, which is up there. So that's good. If you do
Like
above,
a girl.
so here we go. So if you do above for you, Chris, okay, that says space potatoes, and if you do below you, it says 2020rendezvous.com, which is the website people have to go to pre-order the album and other bits, right?
Yep.
And if I go up, then it says Spudathon. If I go down, then it's the amount of money that we've got in the kitty so far.
I'm already confused.
Well, I'll just say Chris point up or Chris point down. How about that? Yeah.
Yeah, I could do that.
Yeah, you can do that. Hey, he's a talented man.
Well, not everyone would agree.
So Mike Penninger's here saying, cheers, guys. Hello, Mike. How you doing? Andrew Manson's here saying, hello, Chris. No hello to me, just hello, Chris. There we go. That's nice, isn't it? On my wall as well. He's on my wall and he says, hello, Chris. And then you got Ian and I'm Ollenshaw. Oh, dear. I can't pronounce that. Sorry, Ian. Ian says, hi, guys, which is nice. Any comments on your wall?
I've got Jenna saying, hey there.
Yeah. You can't include your wife. That's anyone else commenting on your wall?
No.
Charlie Ray says, afternoon, chaps. Hello, Charlie. How you doing?
Hello.
We are going to play you where we're kind of up to with the Space Potatoes songs, one by one. Excuse me, not COVID. Feel bad every time you cough. You have a cough and you think to yourself, if you drink something hot or something spicy, and you're, oh, that was spicy. And then before you know it, everyone's looking at you like you're diseased or something. But anyway, I'll just wipe the high temperature off my brow and we'll play the first song. What should we go for first, Chris? Which one is a good first?
What have you got lined up first? The title track? Get it out of the way?
Yeah, maybe, yeah. Oh,
I'll go for something else. Maybe one of the new ones that people haven't heard of. Maybe do that later when there's more people.
Later. Right, well, let's just pick one. I'm going to pick one of the new ones. So this song here is called "Late for the Bus," and it's a kind of Space Potatoes is a documentary that we're making. It's called 2020 Rendezvous, and it's about a kind of a Britpop nostalgia band, like that was around, had some hits 15 and 10 years ago. And obviously they've been on tour, trying to go on tour in 2020, but it's all been cancelled due to COVID. So we're doing a kind of a spoof parody documentary about that. And we've written an album, which is available at 2020rendezvous.com. Point down, Chris. Yep, there you go. So we're going to play, this is a song that only got finished today called Late for the Bus, which is kind of about Bonnie, really, let's face it. But it's...
I had lyrical help from you and Ricky, though. I have to say.
Yeah, fair enough. Me and Ricky chipped in on this one, but it's mainly a you song. And and it's kind of a Supergrass mixed with Muse kind of thing. So mute your mic, Chris, and we'll play the song. Here we go. Late for the Bus.
Late for the bus, but don't make a fuss. I stayed up all night, but I'll be alright. I thought I'll get laid, now I've been paid. The manager's ringing and giving me grief. He's got no idea where I am. I only stay out to get some relief. I'm short of cash, developed a rash. My mate's at stage door, he can sell me some more. I've got no shame, this life is a game. They tried intervention but it didn't work. They made me do rehab in church. My texters say that everything had worked. I'll be just fine. Give me a toke. This life is a joke. I met this new bird and she gives me a horn. It happens each tour in each town. I've been lying to you from dusk until dawn.
There we go. That was Late for the Bus there from the Space Potatoes Best Of album called Baked. And you can pre-order that at 2020rendezvous.com. Point down. Well done, Chris. You're learning, you see. You can train, yeah? Told you.
Yeah. Not bad for a northerner.
I must apologise to the people who are watching on Chris's wall and on the Space Potatoes wall, because I had the sound for the other two streams muted because I've got it going to my wall. And then the stream's being copied to the Space Potatoes wall and to your wall.
Much of that then, or...
So no, I at the beginning of the song I put the sound on. Someone messaged and put the sound on. So they didn't explain. We're here doing a Spudathon, which is to try and get some pre-sales for our Space Potatoes album, which will fund our documentary, which is all about a kind of fictional band that's me, Chris, and Ricky. And basically,
a serious message there, though, isn't there?
Yeah, there is. It's kind of showing it's showing what's happening now with kind of gigs being taken off the off the agenda and bands not being able to play. And basically, without any spoilers, we have a song called 2020 Rendezvous, which was a big hit for us in 2010, and we've been waiting 10 years to cash in on this tour called 2020 Rendezvous, a bit like Pulp's Let's All Meet Up in the year 2000. Well, it was kind of our version of that. And of course, 2020 comes along and we can't do the tour and the whole thing gets pulled 3 gigs in and we're kind of stuck for something to do. The bass player leaves the band and that's how the documentary starts and goes on from there. So we're trying to pre-sell the album so that we can fund making and finishing and whatever the documentary. And we've got, it's going to be a 16-song album, I think, this Best of Space Potatoes. It's going to be 16 songs.
I think, judging by the song length, I mean, they're all kind of 2 minutes 45 up to 3.5 minutes. So we could easily cram it onto one vinyl album for the vinyl copy. I think it'll be fine. I don't think we're going to be going to double albums and box sets and stuff.
Well, even if it's on the vinyl, not all the songs make it there. You'll get the extra ones on the download, so that'd be cool. Lynn Wilson, hello, Lynn. Nice, and thank you for letting me know that there was no volume on the other streams. Mike Penninger says, cool song, I hope your birthday was great. Yes, or grand, he said, sorry. Yes, it was very fun. Did a stream and had a Zoom call with friends and finished off some of these songs. Ian Gus Woodington says, brilliant, love the lyrics. That's all very good. Now, you have to go, because we want to make this album, you have to go to 2020rendezvous.com, which is in the description of all of our streams. So you can click on that link, pick a package. An executive producer credit is only a £5, and pre-order of the album is only 12 quid. If you want to order the vinyl version, you also get the album on download. You get an executive producer credit, and you get the vinyl, which we will sign. So Mike Penninger said, can we get the album signed on the pre-order? Yes, you can. You can also buy the set list for our tour that never happened, a signed set list for our tour that never happened. So please go pre-order, because this is going to be an embarrassing stream if we're sitting here and that 298 doesn't cross the 300 mark within the next hour or so. Hello, Sean. How you doing? Neil's there as well. Hello, Neil Luckett. Hello, Sean. Sean's involved in this. Sean's filming it and all of that. Wolfgang says, will you make an album with the songs that don't make the cut for this one? Well, everything's kind of making the cut, really, because every song we've written, we're saying we're putting in. I mean, part of the storyline, again, don't want to give too much away, but part of the storyline is we've made 3 albums in the fictitious world, and then this is our best of album. We're making out the 3 albums. And I wanted to make the 3 albums, the best of album, a triple album, which is basically just releasing all 3 albums, but that's impossible. So we kind of got it down to what would be a double album length, but I think it'll all fit on one CD.
Yeah, in answer to that question, though, I mean, our strike rate for working on this has been... So Dave, just to explain to people, Dave and I obviously work together in a different reality. and we've never written any original material together. We've worked on stuff and played each other ideas and bounced ideas off each other and stuff, but this is the first project, and we're both staggered by how well we sort of complete each other as musicians and songwriters, don't we, David? We were talking about it last night. It's really strange because we're both control freaks, and both people that have been in the bands that Dave and I have been in over the years both know Dave's a control freak, I'm a control freak, and in some ways we shouldn't work together because we'd be butting heads all the time and wanting, that's my thing and that's my thing. But it just works, doesn't it? It's really weird.
I send you that. I think part of it is as well, because we're writing these as a parody. We're not trying to go, wow, we've written something really cool and original.
Obviously,
although lots of people like the songs, it's not massively cool and original or anything. So I can kind of disconnect a bit and I can write a song and say, right, I've pretty much got that. You know, Chris, what are you going to do on it? Just send it to him. He puts down whatever, sends it back. And I don't say, oh, I don't like that. I just use it because we're all singing from a certain hymn book. I think we should play a song just so we're not boring people talking too much. Let's play another song. So what one should we do? Should we do next in the kind of, remember everyone, these are parodies. You know, this is for 2020 rendezvous.com. Please go and download it. I think I want to play Desperate Man. This is based on Paul Weller's Changing Man.
This is a great song.
This is called Desperate
Man.
Man.
It's one of my wife's favourites, this, isn't it, Jenna?
Yeah. Well, you know, she can identify with a desperate man. Anyway, she knows one. Anyway, here we go. Was Desperate Man there. Space Potatoes.
Fantastic, great, mate. Lovely guitar work.
Oh, yes. That was my kind of Paul Weller, Steve Craddock best impression there.
Good.
We've had our first sale of the evening. I don't know who it is, and I don't want to name names because some people want to name anonymous, but remain anonymous. But if you want me to say who it was, then put a comment.
We broke the £300 mark. Excellent.
So we have broke the £300 mark with our first £12 purchase. I know it's an album download because we're at 398, and you add 12 to that, we get to 310. So we know what they bought. So we were talking about sort of working together on stuff, and it's quite interesting because I think the only reason I've been a control freak in kind of original bands that I'm in before is because the other people in the band, I've kind of either not appreciated what the other person in the band can bring to the table, or even if they're fabulous, they aren't necessarily thinking the way I want them to think. And I was having this conversation with Andrews the other day, talking about the Juice stuff, and how much at the time things that frustrated me about the fact that Andrews wasn't playing what I wanted him to play and didn't get the drum sound that I wanted him to get or whatever, which probably annoyed me at the time when I was in my 20s, early 20s. I listen to it now and I mix it and I think, wow, it sounds original because Andrews brought himself to it, and I really feel that Andrews brought something to that, which I really didn't appreciate at the time. So I think I'm a little bit more chilled out. I'm control freak in terms of the fact that I want to write good songs and I want to be, do things with my parts that are good. But when I pass it to you, whatever you do, I know is going to be to a certain standard because you're at that standard, It's different when you're in a school band and people aren't at your level. It's a lot easier to get sort of angry.
But I think as well, having lived with each other now for 5 years, I found out who's bought the album, but I don't know if I should say. They've announced it on my wall, but it's someone I know. Because we've lived together for 5 years on tour buses and stuff, and backstage in dressing rooms and stuff. The amount of conversations we've had about this era of music, probably more than anything else.
Yes.
And bouncing stories off each other, like one-upmanship on, I played at this shitty venue in London. No, I played at this shitty venue in Manchester, and this happened and that happened, and we didn't get paid. And, we got ripped off as well. And we've lived a similar path. I mean, Automatic existed from 94 to 2001, and I think Juice came after that, didn't they?
Yes. So Juice was kind of 2001 to mid 2005.
Right. So, but that world, the sort of the sort of lower level gig circuit, nothing changed in that period from 94 to 2005. And
no.
We did all similar things. We played.
I was doing loads of gigs with other bands pre-Juice, from like 95, 96. I mean, I was 16. I was playing in the Horse and Groom in Tooting, doing 11 p.m. till 1 in the morning to the bikers as a 16-year-old. It was we had a residency there every like 3 weeks. We'd go there and do a Friday or Saturday night, and it was for us that was like a residency. And then. But
back to my point was just the fact that because
we've done all that.
It's similar. We just know, don't we? We've lived it, and I think this is just like a love letter to that era. And even though Space Potatoes exists slightly after that era, it's just like a love letter to that part of our lives in our 20s when I don't know, going out and buying the NME, and just like there was no internet, and you found out stuff organically from people, and people did tape trading and. I don't know. It's just it's a different world now, but it's great. This has really brought back. I found myself in the mornings when I'm up feeding Flossie and stuff, watching old interviews with Blur or Oasis or Supergrass or just that era, just to get me head in that zone again.
Yeah,
it's great. I've really loved it. It's been effortless work, this, hasn't it? Really,
it has, and it's been really fun. Sean's going to join us on the Zoom as well. Now, right, we're up to £385 now.
Good God. That's amazing.
So that's really great. Thank you very much. Lynn Wilson says, "Can she call me Roger now?" Yes. Well, there's some in my character in the film is going to be in the documentary is going to be the worst version of me possible. So all the kind of things that are kind of narcissistic and control freaky, that's going to be what I'm portraying, the worst version of me. Let's play another song until Sean joins. And what one should we go for now? You pick one. I've done the first two.
Let's go for a big hitter. Let's go for Monday, Monday.
Okay, so this was in Fiction Land. This was our first ever major hit single in 2005. And this is called Monday, Monday, kind of based on Sunday Sunday by Blur and Part Life and a little bit Tracy Jackson.
A friend of mine said that it's got that many Blur references in it that it just feels like a B-side or not a B-side, an album outtake from a box set. Just like, oh, we didn't release this one because it sounded so much like the others.
So here we go.
Is a great song. I love this one. It's brilliant.
Here we go.
Really good.
Mute. Here we go.
Everyone is round the bend. Monday, Monday. We talk of dog and banklands here. Monday, Monday. We let the space echo ring out. Monday, Monday. And give the boys and girls a shout. Everyone together. Get everyone together. La 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 la. Universal, yeah. Monday, Monday. Quango if he cuts his hair. Monday, Monday. Wishing he said something else. Monday, Monday. Then get on the last train. Everyone together. Get everyone together. La 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 la.
Well, that was Monday there. I'm just trying to resize the window because Sean's turned up. Here we go.
You're not going to ask us for money, are you?
I just want your cash.
Oh,
hang on, I've got some things on the wall that
long hard few days. Sorry.
Andy Fenton, hello, Andy Fenton, who was the guitarist in Breathe, and my brother's friend Gary Douglas was the guy who pushed us over the 300-pound barrier.
Oh, very nice.
Well done, mate.
Thank you to everyone. We're now up to £410. We've done £115 in this stream already, so that's
my hairdresser
fabulous. Just to introduce Sean, for anyone that's wondering who he is, Sean is going to be the documentary maker. He is a documentary maker as well, and editor and director and all of those things. But in this, he's going to not only be a documentary maker, but play a fictional documentary maker as well, a parody one. And yeah, it's going to be good fun. He currently runs a channel called Computer File, which I'm a huge fan of because I'm a nerd, and also runs a channel called Pots and Trowels, which is about gardening. Is that correct? Anything else you want to mention?
The whole wide gamut. Yeah, no, all sorts of stuff. Yeah, no, I'm not feeling particularly great. I've had a few days of not being so well, so it's nice to just do something completely different. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. It should be really good fun to get with you guys. The only other thing I'd mention is I, of course, have been on tour with Ozzy Floyd a couple of times documenting Ozzy Floyd. So that's how I know you guys as well as Computer File.
Yes, yes.
So, yeah, we've spent a few gigs in Germany together with me pointing cameras at you. So people who've seen
you filmed the Balloon Man.
may spot me.
It was you that filmed the
One
Balloon
second.
Man.
I captured Balloon Man, and he still makes me smile to this day.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I remember him coming down to the front, and I thought he was going to throw a glass or something. I thought, oh shit, who's this guy? And then he just went,
2 balloons.
Yeah, and I was filming him and sort of looking at Dave, thinking, should I be capturing this? And Dave was just giving me the thumbs up, going, yeah, it's great.
So that was all good fun. So yeah, Sean's going to be with us making it and all of that. Obviously, in the first pledge video that we put out on YouTube and on Facebook, Sean is asking us for cash and getting angry with us. He's not angry in real life, everyone. That's all parody. It's called acting. We're having fun. We're all good friends. There's no invoices overdue just yet. So in my comments and on the Space Potatoes Walls comments, and Chris, you could do this as well. Put 2020rendezvous.com in your comments and pin it as a pinned comment. You can go there and you can pre-order the album plus many other packages for the documentary. We should play another song. Do you want to pick one, Chris? And then since we're doing two each.
Just before we do, can I ask anybody who's watching now who's enjoying this stream, if you could share the link to this live, that would really help us to just get it out to a couple more people. Really.
Yeah, and start a watch party as well. That's a fashion.
Oh yeah, any of that sort of stuff. It's all crazy,
brilliant.
Crazy new Facebook stuff. But if you can share, you're watching now. There's a button on Facebook just below. If you're watching on a phone or something, it just says it down there. I don't know, somewhere down there. Just hit share, share and like.
Yeah. And comment, ask us questions, chat with us. It's all very nice. I know there's people watching, but we're running out of comments. Right, Chris, pick a song.
I would say let Sean pick a song because he's just arrived. Go on, Sean.
I've got to be honest, I don't know which ones you've played already, but let's have a think. The thing is, I know them by the Oasis one or the Blue one.
Well, you can do that if you just describe a song, and I'll tell you what.
And we have the one that's just slightly a bit like "Live Together."
It's called "Live Together." You mean "Live Forever"? You mean it's like "Live Forever"?
Yeah, sorry.
It's called "Live Together." Right. So this song in the fictional universe. Excuse me. This song in our fictional universe, I wrote back in, I think it was 2008 or something like that, asking my girlfriend to move in with me. So instead of "you and I could live forever," it's "you and I could live together." And found out that I can do a passable Liam Gallagher impression as well. So while I'm playing this, if everyone, Sean, you're new to this Zoom live stream thing, so if you mute your mic when I hit go, that'd be great. Yep. Mute your thing. Cool. Here we go.
Why don't you move?
we go. That was Live Together.
Not bad for a posh lad.
Yeah. How comes I'm doing the northern stuff and you're doing some of the southern stuff?
I know. It's just got weird. It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah. Very strange.
Honestly, when you said you said, "Oh, I thought you were going to sing this," and I thought, "Well, I'll listen to Dave, and if he sounds crap, I'll insist that I sing it." And I was blown away. I really was. I was stunned.
Oh,
mate, you know what I mean?
Oh. Yeah,
That's a reference to Liam Gallagher. That's a reference to a percussionist we know.
So for the new people joining the stream, we are making a parody documentary, although it's highlighting the real things that are going on in the music industry at the moment, with gigs being off and what's happening to bands. But we're making a parody documentary about a band called Space Potatoes that formed in 2005, had a few minor hits, one of which was called 2020 Rendezvous, which was all about meeting up in 2020 and having a great time. That was released in 2010, got to number 1, and we've been waiting for 10 years to cash in on our success and go on tour in 2020, and 3 gigs in, the whole thing gets cancelled, and that's all the band and all the crew out of work, and it's kind of following what happens with that through the course of 2020, and that's what 2020 Rendezvous, the documentary, is all about. If you want to pre-order the album that we've been playing bits from, you can do it by do a point down, Sean. Can you point down? Put your hand and point down, Sean. Yeah, like that. There we go. 2020rendezvous.com. It's also pinned in our comments and everything. There we go. That's it. Oh, that's the amount we've raised. We're up to £445 in pre-sales. So that's absolutely wonderful. Thank you so much, everyone. We really appreciate it. Please comment as well to let us know that you're watching us and what you think of the songs, because it is pretty bad out there at the moment. I mean, we came off tour and we, yeah, it's dreadful.
Everyone. We know of people who were, had to dive into all kinds of jobs just to keep their heads above water. It's really desperate times for a lot of people we know.
And really talented people that are incredibly, technically gifted at their jobs, that have, don't have an application in, in an office in selling insurance or something like that, whatever you'd apply for, and it's difficult. The whole industry is in a really bad way at the moment. So
and we've been ignored. We can't shy away from that. As much as you see this, it's on every news that you see on the. I know you don't watch the telly, Dave, but the majority of people watch the telly. You're an exception. You don't get many news articles saying, technical guys, crews, musicians, the catering staff, everybody are on their ass, and they've not been supported. They've not been given anything. All this, the government saying they've given money out, it's getting swallowed up at the top end. It's not coming down to.
How's it affected you, Sean, with YouTube World and Computer File and Pots and Trowels and stuff like that? I'd imagine each of those have got a different reaction.
Quite a mix, actually. I mean, I was I'll explain that in a sec, but just to pick up on what Chris just said, you can imagine someone being extremely talented, I don't know, lighting designer or, stagehand in some way, having to take a job as like a Tesco delivery, van driver or something. Not that there's anything wrong with that job, but if you're particularly skilled in that area of bringing something to life on stage, and then you have to basically drop it and do anything, that just feels wrong to me. How's it affected me? Well, initially everything dipped, to give a bit of background, I shoot things, I edit things, and obviously kind of like produce videos. Initially everything dipped, budgets went down, everybody was reining everything in. I've got to be honest, it's picked up again for me, but that's because of the pandemic. I've got things like schools can't do open days, so they want a video to show the school off. I've got things like people have done a conference virtually on Zoom or on Teams or Microsoft, so they're sending me this footage and saying, can you edit it into something that shows what the conference was this year? So there's all sorts of random stuff happening that I would never have guessed at doing. And then for the gardening stuff, that's gone a bit crazy because, of course, everyone's been in their gardens. I mean, I expect that to drop off right now because it's winter sort of heading our way. But yeah, it's a mix, a real mix. And who knows what the kind of next year will bring, what with Brexit kicking in and all the rest of it. If people are enjoying the Space Potatoes stuff, by the way, make sure you share. Hit the button to share.
Yeah. And this isn't just kind of money that we're buying here to, buy the album and we're going to make a documentary. I mean, when we put this documentary out, hopefully with, putting it on whatever platform we put it on, that will bring in some money as well. And all the people that are going to be involved in it, it's not just us and Ricky. I mean, there's other people that are going to be playing parts and actually being technically involved in it, who are, some of which are our ex-crew, people we've worked with. So this is hopefully going to provide some employment for, it's not going to make anyone rich, but it's going to help a few people out who literally have hardly had any employment this year at all,
Yeah, and there's another key point here, which is that we're hoping this will highlight the plight of all these people who would normally be in gainful employment, and not just in gainful employment, but bringing money into Britain, basically, and improving the tax payments of the government, who are not helping these people out, would normally benefit from the amount of tax that's coming from tours, from live events, from all these different things. Yeah. Which are just not happening, and there's no help going either way. So let's try and highlight the plight of the people who are struggling.
It's
that's a bit too soapboxy. Sorry.
Yeah, no. It's kind of it's all of it. I mean, the thing is we're trying to make something that's entertaining for people, that's fun for us to make, because we love that era of music, and we all have been in bands. We are in bands. We know what the life is. We're actually going through this stuff now, so we're coming at it from all the angles. We're trying to do something that's going to be fun and entertaining and all of that, but also show a bit of reality of what's going on, because there's no better way than to get across a serious point sometimes than to put it in with a bit of satire and parody. That's should we play another song? Yeah. Who's going to pick the next one then? Chris?
Should we have? I've just got the track listing up on my phone. I wasn't being ignorant.
Quick hello to Jason and Tammy as well. And Anne Blair says, love Monday, Monday. Thank you, Anne.
Shall we go for Mr. Jenkinson?
Mr. Jenkinson?
Yeah.
That's very, very clean. It's very, very clean.
He's very, very clean. Yeah.
He is.
Whatever's in his bag.
Whatever is in his bag. So this is a song, we're not going to tell you what it's based on, but he's a naughty man.
Oh, yeah.
He is a naughty man. Right, here we go.
For example, I just sent Dave a guitar track down and one vocal, and then it came out like this, and he did it in about 45 minutes.
Yeah, he did. No, Chris. Yeah, it was one guitar, wasn't it? One guitar and a vocal to a click track. That was it. I wouldn't say 45 minutes, maybe an hour and a half, but it certainly wasn't 2 hours. And it turned into this. So here we go.
Yeah, go for it.
I'll say that. What you doing?
Mr. Jenkinson, you're very, very clean.
Very, very clean.
But you've got a dirty mind. Life's unkind and you're that way. Mr. Jenkinson, you're working very hard. But you haven't time to think. You're on the brink of something. But I don't mind. If the people knew what you were like when you're on your own and late at night. Mr. Jenkinson, you're locked up in your room.
Locked up in your room.
The secrets that you keep are far too deep for everyone. Mr. Jenkinson, what's in that little bag?
Whatever's in that bag.
The kinkiness you hide deep inside. We'd like to hear from you. I've often wondered if you had a girl. Would she change the makeup of your world? Mr. Jenkinson, got a dirty mind, I don't mind that you're that way, it's fine.
That's Mr. Jenkinson there from the 2020 best of 2020 rendezvous.com to pre-order the best of Space Potatoes, which will go towards funding our documentary, which can be fun. Noel Phillips says, ha ha, spot on. Thank you, Noel. Thank you very much indeed. Noel played some keys on the McBroom Sisters album as well.
Ah,
Came
right.
around, good friend of mine, lovely guy. Yeah, so should we just play another?
Sorry, just to say, Mr. Jenkinson was, I just said to Dave, make it sound like it's mid-90s Blur. And as you've just heard, he absolutely nailed it. It's a stunning piece of a love letter to Blur, that, Dave. Brilliant. The production, everything.
Chris, we are up to £545.
Immense. I could get a beard trim with that.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm not allowing you to spend budget on your bloody beard.
No, obviously not. That'd just be ridiculous.
We've got to pay Sean, yeah? Oh, 557 we're up to now. Woo! This is a good Spudathon.
That's going to buy me a lot of hats. That's fantastic. Brilliant.
Absolutely. Well, talking of hats, I've actually been buying some costume bits. It's quite funny because I went... I was like, what did I dress like in the 90s and like the early noughties? And I went on Amazon to buy some clothes that looked like it. So and everything that was listed there that I still looked at and thought, oh, that looks nice, that's current, was all listed as retro.
Yeah.
And that's when I realised that I'm old. But I've got things like these beads that, you know, all those Britpop people used to wear. And I've got the silly hat and some other bits.
You got some para boots that you put the paint on the sides and all that.
I haven't got that, but I did buy some like combat trousers with all like the pockets down the side, like Damon used to wear in the kind of like the Reading sort of 97, 98, 99 Reading and Glastonbury period.
Dave, is this where I confess to not having been a massive Blur fan? I was more into Oasis.
Yeah,
right, where's the delete button?
Yeah.
Me and Chris are huge.
I'm sorry, but I wasn't.
That's acceptable.
I'll be honest with you. They
Ricky,
both are.
Ricky was an Oasis fan.
Ricky, yeah. I mean, I saw them at Nebworth and somewhere else. I can't remember where else.
I never went to see Oasis. I was not that big a fan. But if you pick the two, I think just were a bit more rocky as far as in my interpretation of Blur or Oasis. It was like not necessarily their attitudes, but just the music was obviously it was. You know, it was what it was and is what it is. It's, very much pastiche in its own right. But whereas Blur feels a bit more original. But at the time, I suppose that's what I wanted from life.
I think for me, and I always like to piss Dave off with this, but when I saw Blur on some kids' TV show doing There's No Other Way, my friend rang me and said, are you watching this? It sounds like See Emily Play. And we both just fell in love with him instantly. And then... You know, that was it. So I like to remind Dave that you got into after they split up. I'm joking.
No, I didn't get into it after they split up. But I did get into it later than you. You know, I didn't really think much of them at first. They were a band that had some pop singles in the charts that really didn't interest me in the slightest when I was like 13, because I was liking sort of Pink Floyd and Queen and into all this kind of more sort of like rock stuff, what you consider classic rock. And then... someone asked me to work out, probably it was There's No Other Way, and then as well Magic America. They asked me to work out Magic America a few months later, and I was playing these guitar lines. I go, man, this is really interesting, the way he's doing that and the way he's doing, and it taught me so much. And then I had a Blur live thing off Radio 1 that I recorded for a friend of mine that I listened to over and over, and I was like, wow, he's doing all that live. It sounds like two guitar players. He's got his thumb over the sort of. And then that was it. I just became absolutely Blur mad from about, from basically when Part Life was released onwards. And I immediately bought that and Modern Life is Rubbish. And Modern Life is Rubbish is still to this day one of my favourite albums. I've got it in the car on repeat all the time.
This probably says it all, you see, because I'm such a terrible guitar player that I just like the three chords idea. It's like, this is accessible. I can do that.
Yeah, I liked the kind of the art punk, and I liked the fact that at 1 minute it was a punk band, and then the next minute it was like this weird disco pop band, and then the next minute it was doing some trippy kind of like psychedelic tune, and you didn't know what you were going to get. And one of the reviewers at the time, I've forgotten who it was, but said if their next album was a skiffle album, no one would bat an eyelid, because you didn't know what you were going to get. Whereas with Oasis, they were Oasis, and you knew what you were getting. It did what it. Well, with that in mind, I think I'm going to elect to play a song called No No Song 3, which of course is a parody of Song 2 with some other Blur bits in.
I got my hair cut by Jumbo Jet, right?
Yeah, that kind of stuff. So yeah, this is No No Song 3. So hello to Anne Blair. Thanks for your purchase. Wolfgang, I think, has purchased. Kevin Sandover has also purchased. Thank you very much. We're up to £582 now. Thank you to all these people. And Kath as well. Hello to you. Tony Graham says, "Is this the same format as Babe Station? You've got to pay. You've got to donate at least 2 lots of the £100 box of air." Before
I'll take my jumper off.
Yeah, he'll take his jumper off and I'll keep my T-shirt on, and that'll be worth the £200, I tell you. But cheers for that comment, Tony. Right, so this is No No Song 2. Yep, you are pointing at 2020rendezvous.com. Go there. The link is pinned in our comments, so you can go there and pre-buy. But thank you very much. So this is No No Song 2.
Solo album that I'd released all by myself. I'd live outside the M25 in a little dwelling I'd call my house. No, 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 no,
I forgot that was on there.
Oh, yeah, you've got to have the little random Graham bit at the end. Hello, Matt Miller. How are you doing? Matt Miller's on the stream. We are here at the Spudathon 2020rendezvous.com Space Potatoes documentary raising money thing. We're up to £594. Are we going to get over the 600 mark before the first hour? We're up to 50 minutes, almost 51 minutes into this stream. Are we going to make £600 before the hour? That would be absolutely amazing.
I just thought, whilst that was on, Sean, when you came out to film the Aussie Floyd in 2016, you were in mine and Ricky's dressing room, and me and you were chatting. I think you were backing up some stuff on a hard drive or something. Did you say that you'd played up in Manchester back in those days, back in the 90s and early noughties? Your microphone's muted, Sean.
Oh,
right. Okay, Sean's in the middle of something.
Say that again, Chris. Sorry, I actually can't hear anything because we have the world's loudest kettle. And my son decided that just when that song was on was the right time to start the kettle. No idea why.
I was doing a podcast with Steve.
Ask me once more.
So hang on, just 1 second. I was doing a podcast with Steve for Aussie Floyd when Lorelei was here, and she came down in the middle of it and put the washing machine on. That was brilliant. Oh, that was classic. Of course, it picks up so loud. Anyway, Chris, back to you. Sorry.
Yeah, back in.
I thought I'll be really smart. I'll put. Go on, sorry.
No, it's just. Oh look, he's there. The
Hello.
He's
no,
there.
you were talking about you played in Manchester.
He's telling me he wants to eat in 15 minutes. Go on, Chris.
Longest story ever. You were in our dressing room and you told me that you've been a drummer in a band back in that time period. You played Manchester and stuff. So you've lived through the sort of late 90s, early noughties scene, haven't you? Were you a drummer? I'm sure you were a drummer.
Yeah. So, I was in a drummer in a band called Guest, who were, fashionably late to any party in terms of musical taste. We were probably Stone Roses style type stuff with kind of Floydian solos. So the worst of both worlds in terms of the hip music scene anyway, but we really enjoyed it. And we got described by one pundit as being chic, as in Chic Le Freak meets Led Zeppelin. So it was like heavy riffs, funky bits, and long guitar solos. So not everyone's cup of tea, but we had a good run doing some of the same gigs as you did in your previous band.
The Night Day and the Roadhouse.
Roundhouse, the Boardwalk, all those kind of wonderful Manchester venues. I just have real fond memories of that era, doing that stuff.
Yeah, it's crazy because another guy who's involved in this, George Ibbotson, who's going to be our record company boss, when he turned up on the Aussie Floyd tour as our VIP SJM rep guy, I walked into the production office in Nottingham and he went, "I know you." And I thought, oh God, what? He said, "You played at the Roadhouse in Manchester." And it turns out we'd sort of crossed paths in the 90s. So it's weird that we're all involved in this project together. We've all got sort of, it's an incestuous little scene we've got going on. Oh, a little shout out to Andy Fenton's bought the album and said, "Keep my jumper on." So,
hey, we're up to £629. Woo! Thank you, everyone. Thank you for all the people there that have bought. This is really exciting. We're going to be able to make this documentary now. This is looking ultra good.
Looking promising.
Should we play a song?
So I'm going to have to fess up and realise the reason the kettle went on, and it's because I've got to start cooking some rice for our chili. So, guys, I'm going to love you and leave you. Good luck with the massive 24-hour telethon that you're doing.
It's not going to be 24 hour. I think it's going to be about an hour and a half, 2 hours max. But we're going to do them like a couple of times a week. We're going to get on with different people. I'll do it, Ricky, or Ricky's not about tonight, and you can come on. So I'll always text you and email you and let you know. And if you fancy joining in,
cool. Good stuff.
That'd be great. Lovely.
No worries. All right.
See you later, Sean.
Guys. Thanks for all the help. Mate. Thanks for the support. All right. See you later.
Toodaloo. How about, Dave, Miss Canadia? You can explain that to me.
Oh, yes, Miss Canadia. That's Sean gone. Let me just readjust our Zoom window now on the stream because there we go. This is a pro job round here. I'm doing everything on the fly as we're broadcasting. Right, yeah. Miss Canadia is a song which is a kind of a parody of Miss America by Blur and another song called Far Out by Blur. And I kind of wanted to do one of those really weird, trippy ones that they do, and this is actually one of Ricky's favourites. I'm not sure about whether there's bits on this I want to kind of redo and whatever, but it sounds very 92 really Blur, doesn't it? It's
there's the section at the end. You think that the B section is going to come round again. It doesn't, and it just goes to this third section and just turns into this.
Yes, well, that was just me having fun with an analog delay unit. Very Graham and 92. So. This is our parody of that kind of early 90s Blur psychedelic kind of side. And it's called Miss Canadia, not Miss America, Miss Canadia. Go on, Mitt. That's a little bit more 13. Oh, it's still going. Hang on. That's a bit more 13 at the end there than
That's
it's.
good. That's good.
It's many different Blur albums I'm covering there.
In one track. It's brilliant. I love that ending.
I don't know if Matt Miller is still watching. Matt, are you still watching? Send us a message if you are, because I've got one that I'd like to play him if he is. But if not, then I won't bother playing it now. Or I might play it anyway.
Yeah.
But I'd like to play it if he's watching. But
what about? Hang on, I'm just consulting the Oracle here. What have I got? I was going to say Oracle.
Oh, Matt is there. Matt's there. So, Matt, in our you should know by now. Everyone should know that we're making a parody documentary about a Britpop throwback sort of. What's the word I used? Britpop nostalgia band. That formed in 2005 and have had their 2020 tour cancelled due to COVID. We're making a documentary about this parody band. Go to 2020rendezvous.com to download, not download immediately, but pre-order the album, which should be done by the end of this week. This is a song which is a parody of a Coldplay song, which is why I want Matt to listen to it, because he has been involved with them from time to time on the odd little bit here or there. That's called Understatement. And this is a parody of that, but I've also nicked the melody from a Biffy Clyro song and kind of mixed them together. And the review for this, I believe, when it came out, said, lovely song, and it starts and ends with a public health warning. What a great review. speaks to the crowd there, and that's a song that
like
in the
a little bit of Beatles bum guitar in it.
Yeah, there's a bit of Beatle bum guitar in there as well. Yeah, that song in the fictional world was written basically as a passive-aggressive way of me telling Chris that he's not allowed to talk to the audience during a gig. But we won't tell you the story behind that because you have to watch the documentary once it's been made to find out all the plot. I'm not going to give it all away in this. And if you want the documentary made, which I'm sure you will do because it's what the world has been waiting for. Yeah, absolutely. You need to go to 2020rendezvous.com and pre-order the album or buy any of the other packages. And that helps us fund this documentary, which is not just us lot involved, but there's, camera people and there's crew and there's all stuff, and you're giving a lot of out-of-work musicians and crew people a little bit of income, even if it's just for a few days, And whatever is not made, before we make the documentary on these kind of Spudathons that we're doing, we're going to have to put our hands in our own pockets and pull it out. So, in the world we live in, we can't be entertaining for free, can we?
Not doing it for exposure, are we, Dave?
No, not going to pay anyone any exposure.
Right. Okay, I've got a request for the next one. Let me consult me with. I think we should probably go for Second Sight.
Second Sight. So this is one that you wrote being angry towards me again in the fictitious world.
Yeah, while we're doing this, we'll do the passive-aggressive thing. This was me in the fictional world being sick of Dave's controlling ways, and I can't go into the details, but when you watch...
You've got to watch the documentary. You've got to watch the documentary.
Lots of things that Dave does that just grate on my character, but I'm not the type of chap to square up to him in the rehearsal room, so you need to just watch it and you'll get it, why this song has got these lyrics. Listen to these lyrics now and you kind of get it.
All right, we'll play the song. Sorry, I'm just just getting into character, Chris, Here we go. Come on.
I sing your words.
That was Space Potatoes' second sight there from the album Baked, which is the best of Space Potatoes, which is available for pre-order at 2020rendezvous.com. Point downwards, Chris. There we go, 2020rendezvous.com. It's also pinned in our comments, so there's no excuse. We're up to £641. And I'm thinking we've played 9 songs already, and I want to kind of mix it up between the streams we're doing and whatever. So I'm thinking we should just play one more song for this stream.
Okay.
And then come back on another evening. We've done kind of like about an hour and 10 minutes. I think by the time we finish, it'll be like an hour and 15, hour and 20 minutes.
About we could finish on the title track to sort of
2020 Rendezvous. We could finish on the title track.
Just
Kevin Graham likes that one a lot. Thank you very much, Kevin. That's kind of like a Chris creation. That's one of those things where, again, he sent me a couple of guitars played to a click with some vocals, and then I kind of fleshed it out and did production. We work very well together like that. It's good. And of course,
how did we describe it? Like Supergrass meets Muse and the Shadows.
Yeah, like, Supergrass meets Muse.
All the boxes are ticked.
Yeah. Although you're not a huge Muse fan.
Oh, the early stuff. I really like the early stuff.
Oh, okay.
The albums, yeah. Really, really like the second album a lot.
I thought you didn't know them that well.
Yeah.
Oh, what was your excuse at Sarah's wedding when we did that Muse song then?
Didn't know that one.
I'll send you up for that.
Tell you what it was. I thought we were playing a different song, and then I got a track listing for it. I thought, oh shit, trying to do this one. Shit, I better learn the words, and didn't.
And didn't. No, clearly. Or the arrangement. No, I'm only joking. Or anything. Yeah, we just turned up and played.
Don't ask me to sing Girls and Boys. Jeez.
Oh, yeah. Well, talking of that.
Yeah. Let's wrap things up. Yeah. So, we're making a documentary called 2020 Rendezvous, Space Potatoes, all about their year not being able to play with their cancelled tour and all of that. It's going to feature us as band members, me, Chris, and also Ricky in it as well. We've got some other friends coming in and out playing various different bits. We've got some of our wonderful crew guys that we've met along the way playing parts as well. It's going to be a lot of fun. And you can help us out by going to 2020rendezvous.com and pre-ordering the album or the vinyl or any of the other packages that you want to get. Box of air. There's a box of air. If you want to be generous and you just want to support it, you can go and buy a box of air for £100 and you get the download for the album. But, there are people out there that just go, hey, these guys are doing something cool. I want to support it. And, that's up to you. That's why it's on there as an option. But if you can't afford it, and you're an artist and you're struggling or whatever, we're not asking you for your money. We want to make that clear. We're only saying those that can afford it can go and pre-order the album. It'll be helping us out. Those that can't, I'm sure it'll be available on Apple Music and Spotify and whatever at some point. But, the documentary will be out on a platform. We haven't quite decided yet. Anyway, waffling away here. I need to stop with that waffling. I'm useless with that. Usually it's you, Chris, isn't it? But it's me. But, I'm not allowed to talk, am I? So
you're not allowed to speak to the crowd.
Yeah.
Not in a gig, anyway. Jesus, not after the last time. Oh, anyway. We won't talk about that till the documentary.
Yeah. Shall we just play the title track then, Dave?
This is the title track called 2020 Rendezvous. Go to 2020rendezvous.com and download it.
Cheers, everybody.
Rendezvous, rendezvous. There's so much that we can do. 2020 rendezvous. Borderless like the EU. 2020 rendezvous. No distance between me and you. 2020 rendezvous. You and me and you. 2020 rendezvous. There's so much that we can do. 2020 rendezvous. Borderless like the EU. 2020 rendezvous. No distance between me and you.
I'm going to unmute while that's fading out and talk over the end like a proper DJ.
Not half, mate. Slam dunking in at number 1. It was 2020 Rendezvous by the Space Potatoes.
They're fabulous, mate. And they had their tour cancelled this year, and there's a documentary coming out about it. And you can go and pre-order the album at 2020rendezvous.com.
Not half, mate. And it's absolutely fantastic. I mean, really, they do a lot of work for charity.
Yeah, musicians in need, eh? So there we go. So, I think that kind of ends our Spudathon. We're up to £677. Thanks a lot, everyone. I think that deserves playing one more song. I'm going to play Staying In by Space Potatoes. Thank you so much for everyone that's taking part tonight. We'll be back doing this. We'll try and do this at least once a week, if not twice a week, and play you where we're up to with all the stuff. And this is called Staying In. It's a kind of a supergrass type thing. One of my favourites, and one of your favourites too.
Absolutely, mate.
So, we'll do this. You'll see us on camera while we're doing it, but then we'll just sign off straight away. So we'll say goodbye now. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you for watching. 2020rendezvous.com. Please pre-order the album. Thank you so much. Goodbye, everybody.
See you later, Space Potato.